Here we have the Ecovacs Deebot N8 Pro Plus. The Plus just means it has a dustbin included. A few things I want to say about it. It has a 2600 PA section. That's over 50% more section than previous models. Has smart recharge and resume. That's designed to actually know how much charge is needed to complete a task rather than having to wait for it to fully charge before continuing. Carpet detection is for mopping and avoiding carpet, and auto boost section, which turns up the power when it detects carpet. True map laser using LiDAR, and it has 110 minutes of run time. Let's see what we have here. Okay. Okay, you want to be sure you completely take all the packaging off. Of course, we got this nice tear off here. It's always fun to take off. Setup instructions. And what you be sure to take off is this film. Has it all the way around it. But the main reason is because this has TrueDetect laser technology that detects obstacles for obstacle avoidance. And if, of course, they're covered up, you're not going to get your functionality that you need. Basically, you have in here, you have your tool, have your dustbin, your filter, and foam filter. Clean it out, just open it up, dump it out. Which of course you won't be doing that because you have the auto dustbin. And here's your on-off switch, your reset and Wi-Fi button, your tool, your QR code to set up. I'll show you on the back here. Well, first off, point out here two are the two TrueDetect lasers, and one in the front. On the bottom, you have your carpet detection, your drop sensors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to keep it from dropping off stairs. The brush, real easy to take out. Take that off. Pull out the brush, clean it, take hair off, whatever you need to do, and it goes right back in. See what else we got here. This looks like your accessories. Okay, it comes with some disposable mopping pads. Comes with a washable mopping pad. This is your mopping plate. The base is a Velcro type. Just comes off. Wash it and then put it back on. So what else we got here? Here's some dust bags for your auto dustbin. This is the cord for your dustbin, which is also your charging dock. Instructions. Pretty much that's all of that. And here are your side brushes. The side brushes simply pop on. You have a green that goes on green and a red that the red goes on. And the auto dustbin. You'll really like this. That opens up, the filters in here, easily slides in, slides out, and change that here. Also, as I said, it's your docking station. And you can set it up to where when it automatically gets When it gets back to the docking station, it'll automatically empty the dustbin. Okay, I'll get that off later. That looks like it. I'll go over some of the features later. If you have any questions, just submit a question and we'll try to answer it. Thank you. Let me show you how to set up your Deebot. First off, underneath the lid, you'll see a red on-off switch. To the right, there's a button under a Wi-Fi symbol. And to the right below that, you'll see a QR code. Simply go into the app, select Add a Robot, then go on the list and select the robot that you have. Click on that. It'll bring you to your Wi-Fi information. And then, now in this, you cannot connect to a 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. It has to be 2.4 gigahertz. If you're on 5 gigahertz, you need to go into your settings and change it. If you try to click next with the 5 gigahertz, it should bring up a pop-up that directs you to your settings. But once you get to 2.4 gigahertz, click on next. Then you open the lid and you switch on your robot. And click on next. And you'll be waiting for a sound. Once you've heard that sound, click next. And then you go to your settings. And in your Wi-Fi settings, there'll be an Ecovacs. There'll be an Ecovacs Wi-Fi. Select that. And then go back to.
Please go back to the app to continue the setup.
Okay. It takes a little bit to get to this point. Once you get there, your connection is complete. Click done and you should see your Deebot listed. Hope this helps. Thank you. Okay, let's go through your app. First off, down the bottom left, you have cleaning preferences. You can use this to tell it whether to go through the room once or twice, your vacuum power level and your water flow level. Switch this is on. You can go in here to edit at the bottom left. You can specify that information for each room individually. Next, you have cleaning preferences. This tells the vacuum what order you want the rooms to be vacuumed or mopped in. Up here at the menu, you have advanced mode. That's turned off by default. You want to make sure that's on. It saves your map. And also it gives you all your little extra features. Auto boost suction. All that is, when it detects carpet, it turns up the suction to high. Auto empty. If you have an auto bin, when it docks, it'll automatically empty the bin on your vacuum. Scheduling. There's two different types of scheduling. There's auto cleaning and area cleaning. Auto, it cleans everything it has access to. Area cleaning, you actually can specify what rooms you want cleaned for that schedule. And then true 3D obstacle avoidance, that does not have to stay on all the time. You can turn it off if preferred. Continuous cleaning, basically what that does, if it runs low on battery, it goes back to the charger dock. It charges up to what it needs to finish the job, and then it'll continue on. Do not disturb, basically just like it sounds. You can set so it won't finish charging in the middle of the night and go off. It'll wait for the next morning to go off. Clean cloth reminder. If you're doing mopping, you can set this to remind you to clean the cloth after a certain amount of time.
reset current map. You want to be careful with that. That actually deletes your map, where you have to map all over. Additional settings, you have your clean log, which tells you how far and how long you cleaned. And it's very nice because it'll show you where the vacuum actually covered. Accessory usage. The accessories, it kind of keeps track on how long they've been used and it'll give you a recommendation when it's time to change them. Voice report, you can change your language. You can also change the volume. Rename your Deebot, pretty self-explanatory. Help. This gives you some Q&As, and in some countries you'll have live chat and send messages down the bottom to contact support. And also have your instruction manual in digital format. And about Deebot, that will give you your firmware version. You can change whether you want meters or feet, and your serial number and network information. This up here at the top right, basically it's a locator. It will have the robot tell you I am here, so you can find it if it's not showing up on your map. Now something's a little more obscure. Down here at the bottom left, if you click on that, it looks like two pieces of paper and a pencil. It'll bring you to multi-floor map. I highly recommend you turn that on. It's also off by default. This gives you the capability to come in here and save your map. When it first finishes mapping, there'll be a icon there that looks like a disk. You press that to save your map. Now this is the most obscure. If you click on that map, it'll bring you to this screen, which gives you all these options: virtual boundaries, edit areas, and label areas, and also delete your map. And also has this nice little feature where it shows your Wi-Fi coverage on your home. Going back to the main screen, up the top right, you have where this little speech box at the top right that gives you robot messages. That basically is all the messages your robot has sent you and what robot sent it, if you have more than one. Notifications, this is where you get your replies from your support. You also get it through email. Over here to the left, okay, you got share robot. You can share your robot between different devices. Basically, you can do the same thing by using the same login on each device. Some vacuums, the ones with AI, will not allow you to share it, so using the same login is your only option. Settings is basically just your region, language, and stuff like that.
Now we're ready to start mapping. First off, a few points I want to make. Be sure advanced mode, continuous cleaning, and multi-floor maps are turned on. They're turned off by default, so we want to make sure they're on. And also, I highly recommend, especially the first time in mapping, you map in quiet mode. However, it's no longer called quiet mode, it's just the fan with the line through it. Right here. Make sure your charging dock is in a good location per the instructions. Make sure all doors stay open until completed, and pick up anything you think might interfere with the vacuum. With this vacuum, you shouldn't have much of an issue since it does have object avoidance. But just look around and see if anything you think might cause a problem. If you're planning on mopping, do not put the charging dock on the carpet. By design, the mop will not travel on the carpet. Try not to interfere with the vacuum while it's mapping. This can screw things up. The mapping will be completed when the vacuum docks on the charger by itself. Just click on here
Starting cleaning.
and sit back and wait.